All right. All right. Hello. I've been practicing a certain equation for class because I have a test tomorrow. And I didn't understand how my professor got the answer, and I don't necessarily remember going over it in class, so I'm just going to do it now. It took me a while to get this, mainly because I was hopping through different websites for help, as well as YouTube. We have to, so I'm going to do this like I guess the normal tutorial videos would. Alright, you have to find the limit if it exists. And I'm only going to do one problem because it's the one problem that was getting me. It was limit if the x is approaching 1, your numerator is x squared plus 3x minus 4 over x minus 1. And my choices, like my answer choices, A was 0, uh, B was 3, C was 5, and D was does not exist. Alright, so the first step from what everybody was saying is that you should try plugging in your approaching. And I was like, okay. So I was like, x squared plus 3x minus 4, give me 1 squared, 1 squared. 1 squared is just 1. So 1 plus 1 times 3 is 3 minus 4 over x minus 1, 1 is 1. If you were to do all this out, your denominator is 0, which I hear is a no-no, which could basically mean, I guess, do not exist, but technically, I guess there's another way to fact check it just to be sure. Plus, what 1 plus 3 is 4, and 4 minus 4 is 0. And this is supposed to be some kind of like huge problem when it comes to finding the limit. So, this would be like the substitution method, right? It should be like the first method to try. You try plugging in your approaching, and if that doesn't work, you move on to the second method, which is factoring. I think there's like six or seven, maybe like 4 or 5 different methods, but I've gotten these two down somewhat, kind of learning them as is, with the test being tomorrow. Yippee. Okay, so what ends up happening is you have to, I'll rewrite it down here. You have x plus 3x minus 4 over x minus 1, and your limit is that x is approaching 1. In order to factor, from the videos that I saw, you're going to basically find out what times what is going to make a negative 4, but those same two numbers that you're multiplying, also when you add them, is going to make a positive 3. All right? So let's say what times what is going to be negative 4, right? That's your first kind of question. And a positive 4 times a negative 1 can give you a negative 4. But, oh, well, that also works. Yeah, I thought I was doing it backwards. Positive 4 times a negative 1 is going to give you negative 4, right? If you do a positive 4 minus 1, you're going to get a positive 3. So this works. A positive 4 and a negative 1 works for both cases. So in order to factor it, I'm not entirely sure why, you have to do x. I know you'll do like this for each one that you factor, right? But it'll be x, you have a positive 4, so it'll be x plus 4 and a negative 1, x minus 1, and then you factor the bottom. Now I see some problems will have like two sets of things down here, but this just has x minus 1, which made it even more complicated to find online for help. I don't know why, but I did x minus 1, all right, and as you can see, what I'll see a lot of them do is they'll cross out the common ones. So I guess if you don't have a common here, something's wrong. Like if you don't have one down here and one up here, something's wrong. That's what I've gotten thus far. I mean, I could be wrong. I hear there are certain exceptions, but for my test, as far as I know, I don't have to focus on those exceptions. But yeah, you cross out the ones that are similar, and as you can see, I only have x plus 4 that's left, and then you have to plug in, substitute your the limit again after you do all that. So it'll be 1 plus 4, and 1 plus 4 is 5, which means your answer is going to be C. Yay.